recording. This is the third recording for today, I'm afraid. So you're going to process the data in almost exactly the same way. I would look at my screen because it's very helpful for you to look at my screen. You'll be processing the data in almost exactly the same way. But the things you'll have to do is it's different. Remember how to do that? Don't remember what I'm talking about. The recording 2 weeks ago is now online. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be having a guess at Fmax. If we guess at Fmax, then we'll have the guess of 10% and 40%. On this occasion, we're not allowed to change that 10 and 40%. It has to be 10 40% of the initial guess, or of the current guess anyway. Right? And then what you'll do is you'll move the line horizontally along a distance. I'm not going to give you that number just now because you should have a look at the science. Okay? You'll move it along and you'll draw a new line in at that 10-40%. And where that intersects, that there, and my guess, there's my guess there, that there should be within 5% or better than 5%. You can see I've intentionally, for you guys, I've made my guess bigger than 5%. Say that I have to bring that down a bit. What I'll do is I'll bring my guess to about the way there. I wouldn't go all the way there, I wouldn't do that. If you do that, you'll be probably the wrong side and you'll still be out potentially. So I'll bring it down to about there perhaps, then run through the equation again. So we need to know how to do this first of all. And the equation of that straight line is not straightforward. But who was it? Some person turned around and said, the other equation, they said it before I put my slide up. So equation of a straight line. Who was that? Was it Platten? I think it was very Platten. They said that maybe. Can't remember. Somebody came up with the equation we use here. So it's not as straightforward as you think. So this is the end result of what you've been doing. So how are we going to do it then? Let's start off with Excel. Do a new one. I'm just doing this so I can see my notes. I would have printed these off beforehand, but I didn't. So let's make a table in Excel. We'll do X and Y. Can you see what I've done? Can you do the exact same thing, please? And do okay. So there's my little table. I'm going to do a graph. Graph of points, scatter graph. So I'm going to go insert. And I'm going to do this one here, same as the last time, in fact, same as all the times to be honest in this module. It's this graph here, which is a scatter graph without the point, it's just the straight lines. I'll make it small so I can see what I'm doing. I'll then go right click, select data, add, and I'll go line, line 1, and I'll go select my X series, select my Y values, press OK, and OK that. So you can see I've now got a line going from along 1 up 3, and it goes to along 2 and up 7. Nice and easy. Have I got that? Please get to that level. Yeah, all good? No. No, you'll be watching. Right. Yeah, you turn that off. Conversations. This class. Yeah, and of course. I see. Watch that. You just see. I mean, how chaps, you need to try and keep up with these things. Try and get new ones. I'm just doing this. Good, stay there. And I'll do the exact same thing. Right, so guys, I think check. Yes, these are all good. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go insert charts. I'm going to select the scatter chart, and I'm going to pick my normal one, which is this one here. Sorry if I've done that. Do that there. Select that. That's what I want. And what I've now got is just a blank thing. Don't select any cells. Just keep everything else unselected. Then select just inside the chart area. Right click and go select data. Only at this point. Because if I do it the other way around, if I try and do it automatic, it goes bonkers. It tries to do things its way, and I want to control my X and my Y. Make sense? So here, I then go add. I'll give it a name, LINE1. It says series X values. So I'll press that button there, and I'll only copy my X values. Then it will say series Y values. I'll then select that button and only do my Y values. Enter, enter, and enter again. All good? Solution. Ah, select data. And one, what do we use? Enter, one, enter. It's easy. All good? Right? Very short. Insert, select data, and outline one. You don't have to do 2 classes at one time. Back you losers, you do 2 classes at one time. Soldiers, I was thinking for you though. We're trying to time TBS, right? Okay, so we've got that. What am I doing now? Step 3, find the equation of the straight line between the 2 points. I'm going to select my data, do that, right click, add a trend line. Now, the trend line between 2 points is just a straight line. So we select linear, but I then display the equation. And I can cut that down. And my equation is just y equals 4x minus 1. Okay? So the equation of a straight line, y equals mx plus c. M being the gradient, so 4 gradient is 4, and minus 1 is the intercept. Okay? That's what it is. Where the graph crosses the y-axis, so the vertical. Step 4, you're required to recreate the graph by creating a table of points and duplicate the line with the expectation of moving it along the x-axis by 1. Equation of the line with x-intercept is y equals m open brackets x take away a close brackets. Okay, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to, on our real one, we'll have to draw a line and we'll have to duplicate that line across a measured distance, and that is the height multiplied by 0.01 or something like that. Height is the height of the material sample. Okay, so what we're going to do then, why don't we create, let's do this just now. We'll call it line 1, L and 1, and we'll call it x and y. We'll type in the equation that we've got, and just from my memory, oops. If we go the line, we'll go 1, then we'll go 0, 1, 2, 3, and we can literally just drag that down to, I don't know, that'll be fine, that's way too many. And the y, all I need to do here is go equal 4 times x minus 1. Copy and paste. We don't need as many as that. Just for my sanity. And I'm now going to draw that graph. Just for repetitiveness, let's try and do the graph the exact same way as before. So let's just do a brand new graph. So it would be insert scatter graph, line. No, I don't want you to do that. Stop. Don't select anything. Do it again. Insert scatter graph, line with nothing selected. And here I'll go right click, select data, add line 1, select my X series, that's my 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 20, then my Y series, press OK, and press OK. Then what I should get is a copy of my line 1 that I had previously, but extended both ways, that way and that way. Make sense? Now, tell me when you got that done. Or if you haven't, please give me a shout. See if we're just. Right, has everyone got crystal created? Are you sure? No. No. Right. So we have 20 and here. You got 4 times x minus 1 enter. That gives you that there. Then you go copy. Exit. Well, not Excel, because I need to not use Excel, my friend. And go here. What? And go plot data. Add outline 1 X series, Y series, sort all of that. And do that. That's your one to start. Right? That's all right. And it says that. Awesome. Awesome. Right, everyone's good. Right, okay, good then. Now we're going to do our second line. Sorry, let's see. So our second line, what we want to do is manipulate our equation y equals 4x minus 1 using that other formula that we have. Do I have it in my notes? Oh, and I don't. That's nice. That's naughty of me. Any thoughts on how I would do that? I don't have it in my notes. No? So it's minus 5. Or, yeah. No, that's all two data points. What have you done? Um, yeah. Let's open this up and I'll look at it myself. Where will the intersect the x-plane at? Find the intersect of the y-plane. Sorry, the x-plane, sorry. Because remember before, the original equation of a straight line is the intersect the y-axis, right? So C is the intersect of the y-axis. What you've just done is you found the intersect at the x-axis. So we can do that. So intersect where then? What have you done? You've not done. Check again if you've done the from the pocket. So, no, okay, hold on. I understand. You understand your thing. You've not moved anything. Right. What I'm after is, well, no, not right. How about you draw the line 2 again, but this time, please stop listening first. But you try and draw it without moving it. There's a move line 1. If I type 2 in there, or 3 in there, that should move it along further. Make sense? Oh, sorry. Why don't you give that a little bit of a thought? The equations are there, you've all got. Have a think about that equation's there. Thinking about a phone rather than a Mac. You know, give me a minute.
Oh, that's what's
You're a Mac user.
I just don't. I just oh.
So you have that data there from this. Then you're trying to find that. Like A's the intersect. Now, forget about moving it now. I want you to find the equation of that first of all, before we start moving it across. I see you put some equations in.
Yeah, I thought just tell me why.
Yeah, but I want you to have a cell that's E1, and we'll make that cell like 5 next time or 6. Make sense? And I'll do the same thing. So what we're going to do here is, why don't you give a little, have a look at the equation here, and have a look at this equation. Try and replicate line 2 without any movement. So you're not moving it across anything at all, so it should be the exact same line right at the top. You're not trying to replicate those answers here. Try that first of all. There's my little. There's no whiteboards in this room, is there? It's a bit annoying. So what have we got? Y2 equals x times, sorry, not x, that's not right. Being silly, just being silly there. M That's totally unlegible, isn't it? Or can you actually see that? Very faintly, yeah. Well, all I've done is I've written up the equation y equals m multiplied by x take away a. That's all I've done. That's exactly what I want you to do. Now, what is m? M you already have. M should be 4. So that would be 4. Open brackets. X is just x. And a, well, let's just try it. Where's my one? I'll go, sorry. I'll go here. I'll go 4 times x minus, I'll do a there. There we are. I'm doing this intentionally. I wonder. So let me read it out one more time before I explain it longhand. The first equation, C, is the y-intercept, where the graph crosses the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis, that's the vertical, when x equals, crosses the y-axis, x equals 0. No, it doesn't. It crosses the y-axis where you have to interpolate, don't you? That makes sense? You have to interpolate between the crossover and y-axis happens somewhere between there. Doesn't make sense? I'll move it up. Sorry, I'll move it up. That's not really helping you when I do that. Oh, come on, be nice to me. See if I do this. This might actually help. If I do 5. Oh, come on, be nice to me. There we are. Right. Now can you see that graph? Can you see it? It's crossing the y. Oh, my head's wasted. Too many things happening here. Where the graph crosses the y-axis, x equals 0.25. And how do I know that's the correct number? If I go up here, and I go 4 times, so that's m, 4 times x, take away that. That's me now got an exact replica of that there. So what I do now is I'll go here, right click, select data, add line 2 x series, same as before, y series, this time I'll select that column, and right now that should be exactly on top of each other. Should be exactly on top. Makes sense? And all that I need to do now is I need to change this equation to move it along horizontally in this distance. So let's move it along 5. Right, let's move it along 5. So how I'm going to do that, I'll call it move, M-O-V-E, and just for a bit of fun, I'll even name the cell move. I'll make it yellow. I'll put 5 in there. Now, what was the equation again we need to do? You are required to recreate the graph by creating a table of points, duplicate the existing line with the exception of moving it along the x-axis horizontally by 1. If I go in there, move 5, and I go, oh, sorry. If I just duplicate that, and get my graphs back to normal. So I've now got my first line, line 1. I'll do that in a nice pale blue. Line 2, sorry, other way around actually. I am being silly. Do apologise, just bear with me for a second. Line 2. If I take that out and go move plus that, no, that won't change a thing.
The equations,
Sorry?
the equations, what is it, x minus a minus o. The equation of x minus a minus plus. If I get it in or something.
Yes, I have it. That's my document. What's in my document? Do you know, I'm trying to work all this out without having read my own document. What is that about? I don't have page 5.
It's on the second, what is it? It's on a document called XL12.
Oh, you see? With help. Oh, that's much nicer. Yeah. Let's just do that. So A equals 0.25. Well, now we know how to find A. If that intersect, we saw it the longhand way, rather than me just telling you in a document. And my equation should really have been, let's do this from scratch, really should have been m, which is 4, multiply, open brackets, x, take away a. Now let's just start a dollar sign, and then it should be take away my move, enter. My move should be just 5. Copy that, paste that, and then I've got my graph. And if I then change that m, that move from 5 to 1, it moves it there. Okay? Now remember the last time, one of the times before, we had 2 lines intersecting. So let me talk you through the big picture then. So does that all make sense now? Kind of makes sense. You've got a line, you draw it. You draw a line from 2 points, then you get the equation to that line. Then you draw the line again, exact same line, just extending. And you then find the equation, sorry, you then use equations for that to create a second line, the exact same. Then you tell it to move along horizontally at a distance of 0.11, no, so 0.01 times height. Move it along horizontally, and you have to find the intersect. That intersect here, we showed how to do that before, and there were different ways to do that. Now, before you had 2 lines, mathematically find the intersect, but you can't do that. That's live data. What you have to do is, remember I showed you before, you take one away from the other, and it should the number that's nearest to 0 as your answer. And you can do a quick search, either manually or you do other commands that I showed you last time, and you find that intersect. So you've got all of that from my first guess, and then do the equation to check how far that is out from there to there, or that height there to there. Find out what percentage that is. Show you how I done it. I just took my F max, which is my guess, there, along 6, up, whatever. So it's 100, you can see the equation there yourself. It's quite easy. You get your percentage from the 2. Obviously that's wrong. So I then have to then find or do a second guess to bring that down. Does that make sense?
So we're just finding the point that's most.
You have to start off with the point, a guess with F max. I picked there, it's obviously wrong. Well, not obviously. It's actually a pretty good guess actually, because you've got initial yielding here, after the settlement, right? And you've got, that's obviously elastic, linear elastic behavior. Obviously that. Here is obviously got plastic behavior. That's obviously plastic. And then here is what's called hardening. That's the hardening phase. You'll saw that in steel. Steel will have done that last year with you in first year when you've done steel. That's happening, it's getting harder. But your F max is actually here somewhere. And all we need to do is get that below a certain percentage, 5%. And if it is, then you're good to go. Oh, sorry. No. If that was 5%, then your guess is your F max. And all of that is fine. And your equations that you have to do, that's right. All makes sense? And just for the recording, just to make life a bit easier for you, I'll show up some of my equations that I've got, because it is on the recording. That is just 0.01 times the height of the object. Last year was 82 mil, yours is slightly different. We'll find out in about 2 minutes time what yours is. F max is my guess. Obviously that's wrong, you have to then do it again. You have to do it 3 times, I'd imagine, so you get it right and get that below 5%. And what I want you to do is, after these extra marks, you will want to do these extra lines on your graph. If you're after that 100%, which I'm sure you are, you will want your graph to look something like mine. Okay? And that's how I've got my equation. I took my 2 points, that point there, and that point there. Okay? I'm going to stop recording now.